Good, excellent. So thank you for joining the class. Welcome back. And inshallah, today we are going to do some advanced topics beyond what we have done all of these so far. We have done the past tense fail. Today we will jump into the present tense fail, which is in itself an interesting topic. Inshallah, there's some new concept that we'll learn today. So let's not waste more time. So directly jump into the class. So what I'll do is I'll just share my screen with you, and we'll directly jump into the content. Okay. Right. So what are you struggling with? You're struggling with some question. It's number 12 in. Yes, number 12 on the page 43. Okay, so let's go there. Let's go there. Number 12 on the page 43. The page 43 is which one? Which one? This one. Nahnu muslihuna. Nahnu muslihuna. All right. So what about this one? So what did you have to do? You had to actually find if there's a doer. Yes? You had to find if there was a doer in these sentences. Okay. Now, first of all, you tell me, is there a fail in this sentence? Is there a fail in this sentence? If you can find a fail, then you should be able to find the doer. Yes, because doer is a concept that is coupled with the action, isn't it? So every doer has an action. That's why it's called a doer. And the action is given by the fail, right? And there seem to be no fail. Nahnu is an independent pronoun, right? And muslihuna is a word that's like muslimuna, isn't it? That's like muslimuna. And it's not mapping to anywhere in the fail chart that I can find in the past tense chart. The closest it's come to is nasaru, but that's nasaru. This is muslimuna. This is completely different, right? So you do not have any fail in this sentence. It's a jumla ismiya. It's a jumla ismiya where nahnu is a mubtada. Where nahnu is a mubtada. This is a mubtada. Number one, nahnu is a mubtada, and muslihuna is a ism plural in the rafa state, meaning it's a khabar. It's a khabar. Okay, so there is no fa'il here. There's no doer here, right? There's absolutely no doer here. Okay, so okay. Any other question that bothered you? Okay, just tell me, and inshallah, okay, try to solve it. It's clear. This is just there to confuse students. That's it. Just to see how much can you map the joint knowledge of learning fail and also what you have learned in the ism. Okay, so if you have learned the ism and the fail, inshallah, you should be able to do all of this. Good, excellent, cool. So what we want to do today, if there's no further questions, what we want to do today is a present tense fail. We want to jump into the present tense fail. Okay, so I think because of the time we have started late because of the technical issues. I would not go into the detail of the summary of last time. I understand that you have good grasp of the past tense fail now, and the concepts are there. But in the meanwhile, if you feel that we need to do a revision of what we did last time, we can jump on to those topics. So let me directly jump on to the present tense fail topic. So present tense fail. Present tense fail. Okay. The present tense fail is a bit different in terms of construction compared to the past tense fail. Okay. In the past tense fail, what you did was you looked at the ending, right? Well, you looked at the ending. In the present tense fail, you don't only look at the ending, you also look at the beginning. Okay, and I will tell you how it works, really. Okay, so however, you also need to understand that past tense, the present tense fail, is equal to basically The present, if it's a present tense fail. Present tense fail is equal to present. Oops. Is equal to present or future. Okay. So the same fail can be used to represent the present situation or a future situation. Okay. So for example, he reads is a present tense, and he will read is also, it's a future tense, right? He reads is a present tense. He will read is future tense. Now, both of these sentences can be made using the same fail in present tense. And the context tells us if it is present or is it future. Okay? Context tells us if it is present or it is future, right? So that has to be very clear. Okay? And then what we need to do is effectively jump onto the present tense chart and see how it is constructed overall, and probably also compare it with the past tense. That's the major difference. All of the concepts that you have learned in the past tense, like the outside doer and the inside doer, you have a hidden pronoun inside and you have an outside doer in the hua or hiya case. All of those concepts apply as it is to the present tense fail as well. Okay, so you don't need to learn anything new. All you need to know is how present tense is constructed. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will just directly jump into the present tense construction, and I'll give you these tips how this is constructed, so we are on the same page. Okay, if there are any questions, please tell me, and I will inshallah answer. Let me construct a table. Okay? 4, 1, 2. Okay. Good. So this is all neat and shiny. Let's make it centered, aligned, so we have some neatness. Top center. Okay. Now, just like the present tense, just like the past tense, we have singular, we have pair, and we have plural. Okay? Just like that. There's no difference. And of course, there's a mapping on the pronouns, just like in the past tense. So it's going to be the same story here. Hua, and then huma, and hum. Okay? Hua, huma, hum. Let's start with these first. Okay? So in the past tense case, what you had was nasara, right? I'm going to use the same word, and we're going to construct it in the present tense. Nasara. Okay? This was the past tense. Nasara was the past tense, hua version. When it comes to present tense, you have to look at the beginning and the ending. You have to look at the beginning and the ending. Let's see how it changes. Okay? In the present tense case, you add a ya. In this case, you add a ya with a fatha. Okay? In some fails, this could be dhamma as well. It could be ya or you, anything. But in the case of nasara, it's a ya. Okay? And it ends with a dhamma. It starts with a ya and ends with a dhamma. Okay? This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a ya and the ending. Ya and the ending. Okay? If this allows me to color code. Okay, look at the ya and the ending. Okay, what we have done is we have added an additional ya in the beginning, and we have ended the fail at the u. It's yansuru. So it's yansuru. It's not just yansaru. It's yansuru. Let me just rewrite it because there's some problem. Not a good day today. Wait a second. It's yansuru. Okay? Yansuru. That's the present tense version. You have the same root letters noon, swad, and ra, but you have added the u ending in the end, right? So yansuru. You will look at the beginning and the ending. So huwa yansuru is your huwa form of the present tense fi'il. It means he helps. He helps. Let me just make a different column out of it. This means he helps. He, oh my God, he helps. Or he will help. Okay, I'm not going to write all of it. So he helps or he will help. That's fine. Okay, same fi'il can be used for a present or the future. Okay, so you're looking at the beginning and the ending. Huwa yansuru. Now, when you go to huma, it also starts with a ya. It also starts with a ya. And it ends like a noun. It ends like an ism. Like you had Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. In the pair form, you had ani ending, wasn't it? In the pair form, you had ani ending, Muslimani. It takes that ending from the Muslim chart. It takes the ani ending from the Muslim chart and adds a ya by its own. Okay? So it becomes effectively Yansurani. 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 Okay? Yansurani. So what you're looking at is the ending with this ani ending, and the ya beginning, Okay, looking at these two things. Okay, ya beginning and ani ending. Ya beginning and ani ending. Okay. So I'm not gonna do a memorization exercise with you here. Okay, we will read it few few times, of course, but but I will give you some tips and tricks to remember this. I'll give you those tips and tricks to remember this. So just bear with me for now and just listen to what I want to say. Okay, so this means they both helps help. They both help. Okay, this is a present tense, right? All of this is present tense. They both help. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani. Okay? Ya beginning and ani ending. So what is effectively doing is taking the ani ending from the pair form of Muslim chart and it's adding the ya in the beginning. Okay? What do you think whom would do? It also starts with a ya. It also starts with a ya. Okay? And it takes the plural ending from the Muslim chart. Takes the plural ending from the Muslim chart. What was the plural ending in the Muslim chart? Okay, it was una, wasn't it? It was una ending. So it will become yan suruna. Yan suruna. Okay, yan suruna. You're again looking at the beginning and you're looking at the ending. Una ending. You're looking at the beginning and the ending. Okay, that's what you're looking at. Okay, it means they help. It means plural. They help. Okay, that's all present tense or future tense. It can be used in both ways. Okay, huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Okay, so all starting with ya in case of huwa, huma, hum, and ending with huma ending with the ani ending, just like Muslimani, and hum ending with una ending, just like Muslimuna. Okay, and who is ending in like Muslimu. Okay, in case of singular, we had Muslimun and Muslimu in a light form. It's more like a light form ending. Okay, yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna. Okay, any questions on this? Anything which is not clear? Is it okay so far? There is no better way to tell you this. There's no better way to tell you this. This is the way. Okay, this is the way. Okay, all of this all of this is third person masculine. Okay, third person masculine. Okay. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. All right. Now let's move on to the feminine pronoun. Feminine pronoun. Okay? Feminine pronouns are hiya, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Yes. Hiya, huma, hunna. With hiya, huma, hunna, what we have is a different starting and a different ending. Some endings are similar. I'll tell you the tricks, inshallah. Okay? I'll tell you the tricks. You can derive from huwa a hiya form. You can derive from huwa a hiya form, and that derivation is just by taking the yansuru from huwa and changing a ya to a ta. You just change a ya to a ta. It becomes tansuru. Tansuru. That's your huwa. That's your hiya. Okay? That's your hiya, meaning she helps. She helps. Okay? You're looking at the beginning and the ending. The only difference is that it is starting with a ta. It is starting with a ta, not a ya. Okay? It starts with a ta, not a ya. Okay? You have taken the huwa yansuru and you have made it hiya tansuru. Huwa yansuru to hiya tansuru. Okay? If I apply the same approach on huma, what do you think will be a feminine form of huma? What do you think will be a feminine form of huma? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Let's see if you can derive from huma the huma feminine. The huma feminine. Okay? So it starts with the ta, same approach. It starts with the ta, and that's the only difference. Yan surani becomes tan surani. Correct. Yes? Ya becomes tan surani. Exactly. Tan surani. Tan surani. And you're looking at the ta beginning. You're looking at the ta beginning and you're looking at the ani ending here. Okay? In case of feminine. Tansurani. Okay? Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani. Meaning they both help. They both help. Okay? They both help. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani. Hunna Hunna is not an una ending. It's different. Hunna says, no, I am different. I don't want to be like that. So I'm going to stand out. Okay, just like I don't play with hum. Just like huma is same as masculine and feminine as a pronoun. But Hunna says, no, I'm going to be different. So it's not going to be the una ending in this case. Okay, it is going to be ya beginning. Sorry about that. It's going to be ya beginning. Ya beginning. Then you have the full word. And you have the na ending. Yansurna. Yansurna. Hunna yansurna. Hunna yansurna. So you're looking at the beginning and the ending. Okay? The beginning and the ending. Hunna yansurna. You can see that memorizing this chart is somewhat tedious. It's possible, of course, you can memorize it, But it's better if you know the logic to construct it. It's better if you know the logic, and that's the logic I want to give you. Okay, so I will do my best to give you these associations between these fi'ils, and also how they relate to each other, so you can construct one fi'il from the other. The ones that do not go along, well, they are completely different. We will memorize them. Okay, inshallah, I'll give you those tips. Let me just first construct the entire chart, and then I'll give you those tips. Okay, huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani, hunna yansurna. Hunna yansurna, meaning they help. But in this case, they're feminine, of course. Okay? They feminine help. Above, they were masculine. Okay? Okay? And this part is third person feminine, as you would expect. Okay? Third person feminine. Third person. Give you a minute. I'll give you a minute to just get hold of this first. Okay? I'll give you a minute to get hold of this first, inshallah. Okay? Just read through it. Read through it. I just want you to get hold of this in a few seconds, and then we move forward, inshallah. Okay. So let's once read this together 3 times or so, and then I move forward, inshallah. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani, hunna yansurna. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani, hunna yansurna. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Hiya tansuru, huma tansurani, hunna yansurna. Okay, good. So now let's try to construct the next ones. So there's anta, and then antuma, antuma, antum. Okay? Anta, antuma, antum. Okay, and they are very easy, and you'll just know in a minute how they're easy. The anta is exactly the same as here. The anta is exactly the same as here. There is no difference. It's also tansuru. How would I know the difference? Context. Context is going to tell me the difference. Okay, so tansuru could mean she helps or you help. It could equally mean you help. Okay, anta is exactly the same as here. Tansuru, both tansuru, ta beginning and u ending. Ta beginning and u ending. Okay, antuma is exactly the same as huma. Antuma is exactly the same as uma. It is also tansurani. It is also tansurani. I mean huma feminine. Huma feminine. It's exactly the same as huma feminine. It could mean you both help. You both help. Okay? No difference. No difference. And antum is, you can derive antum from hum just like you drove uh, hiya from huwa. What you do is you just take hum, which is yansuruna, and you replace the ya with the ta. You replace the ya with the ta. Okay? You replace the ya with the ta. Uh-huh. Tansuruna. It becomes tansuruna. Antum, antum tansuruna. Okay? Anta tansuru, antuma tansurani, antum tansuruna. So what you have done is taken a home and just flipped it apart in terms of the beginning. So home was ya beginning, antum is ta beginning. Then you took huma, which was tansurani, and you just copied it exactly the same because it's also the same in antuma, in antuma case. And then for anta, you took here and you copied it because it's exactly the same. There's no difference. There's no difference. Okay? You helped. You helped. And this is second person masculine. Second person masculine. Anta tansuru, antuma tansurani, antum tansuruna. Okay? No difference. Okay? Now let's go to the second person feminine. Let's go to second person feminine, which is anti, which is anti, which is anti and antuma. That's the same as the previous one, right? Antuma and antunna. I'll first tell you the antuma and antunna, and then I'll come to the anti. Okay? So antuma in the feminine case is exactly the same as the antuma in the masculine case. They are same, exactly the same. Okay? There's no difference. Okay? And for antunna, you can derive antunna just like you drove tansuruna, but in this case from hunna, not from hum. Okay? You can take hunna, and you can derive antunna by just replacing the beginning. You replace the beginning with a ta. Oops. Ta. Okay? It becomes tansurna. Becomes tansurna. Okay? No difference. It becomes tansurna. Antuma tansurani, antunna tansurna. Okay? In case of the anti, in case of the anti, anti is a bit different. It stands completely separate. Okay? It says no. I don't want to play like this. Okay? It starts like it starts the same, but it takes the ina ending from the Muslimun chart. Okay? Muslimina. You remember Muslimina, the nasab ending, nasab or jar ending? That's the ending it takes. It says, I want to do tansurina. Okay? Tansurina. Oops. Oh my God. It takes the ina ending instead. Ina ending instead. And this is different from the others. Okay? It is different from the others. Anti tansurina. Anti tansurina. You help, feminine. The other one is you both help, feminine. and this one is you help, feminine. Okay. Second person, feminine. All right. Okay. Any questions? Are we okay so far? Are we okay so far? Or is it too much? Is it too much? Or are we okay so far? So let's. I have no hurry. We can revise. Yeah. So if you know this chart, if you can construct this chart, then inshallah you know the past tense fails and you know the present tense fails, and then this is a lot of knowledge that you have, inshallah. You'll get used to it. It takes some time. I know. When I did this for the first time, it took me some time. Okay, it takes some time to just get comfortable with this. But once you are, it's pretty easy. Okay, you just need to remember the endings and the beginnings and the tips I'm giving you. So the ani ending, the ani ending, una ending coming from a Muslim chart, but this beginning is either ya or a ta and so on. So these logics that you should understand, and we'll go through these logics in a minute. Okay, a bit more detailed. Then you have ana and you have nahnu. You have ana and nahnu. Okay? Ana and nahnu. The way I usually tell students to remember this is ana and nahnu is just like tansuru and yansuru, like huwa, hiya, and anta. It's just like this, but the beginning changes. The beginning changes. Ana starts with a hamza, so we'll also start this with hamza. We'll say ansuru. Okay, we'll say ansuru. And nahnu starts with the noon, therefore we'll start with nansuru. Okay, with the noon. The ending remains the same. All end with the u ending. But the beginning is starting with the first letter of the pronoun. With the first letter of the pronoun. Okay? Ana starts with Hamza and Nahnu starts with Noon. Ana starts with Hamza, Nahnu starts with Noon. The ending remains same. U. Okay? And this is the first person. Make the pronoun small. 14 here. Just gonna make some space. 14 here. So you can focus more on the fields, less on the pronouns here, because it's a fail chart. Here, okay? Ansuru would mean I help. Oops. I help. And Nansuru would mean me, we help. We help. Okay? And here's your chart, full chart. Okay? This is your full chart. Okay? That's the present tense fi'l. Okay? So take a minute to absorb this, and then I'll go into your notes and walk you through a bit more tips and tricks that will help you remember this, inshallah. I've told quite a lot already, but I'll just emphasize on that. Take a minute to just absorb this, digest this a little bit. Okay? Okay, okay. Let's quickly jump onto your notes. Page number 39 in your notes. This chart is there on page number 39 in your notes. Okay, so if you just jump onto that, so let me give you some tips and tricks. Okay, so this is exactly what we have done, and to I want you to have I want to give you some tips and tricks here that will help you remember this chart easily. Okay, tip number one. Tip number one. These four that I'm drawing this boundary against, these four, they start with a ya. Okay, huwa, huma, hum, and hunna. Huwa, huma, hun, and hunna. Only they start with a ya. Okay, none of the other fails start with a ya. Okay, these are the ya beginnings. Okay, only they start with a ya. These four. Yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna, yansurna. Okay, yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna, yansurna. Only they start with a ya. Okay, that's tip number one. Just keep that in mind. Tip number two that you already know. You already know. Okay, hiya and anta are exactly the same. Hiya and anta are exactly the same. And anta are the same. Let me just do it differently. So let me just take this one. Hiya and anta are exactly the same. Okay, they're exactly the same. Okay, if you know one, you can know the other one. Okay, you can derive the other one without any problems. And here is driven through differences. The only difference is the ya and the ta. Okay, if you know hua, you can derive here and then you can derive anta. You don't even have to remember it, memorize it. You don't have to memorize it. Okay? If you know hua yansuru, then you know it's hiya tansuru, and because you know hiya tansuru, you know then anta. Yeah? Remember this. Okay, that's tip number two. Tip number three makes life much easier. Huma, antuma, and antuma all are same, exactly the same. They all three are same. If you know huma masculine, feminine, you know antuma masculine and feminine too. All are tansurani. All are tansurani. Okay, and how do you derive the first tansurani? You drive it just like before. You drive it from the masculine. Okay, huma of masculine yansurani. You can derive the huma of feminine, which is tansurani, and then it's a copy paste exercise. Because antuma, both cases are same, tansurani. Okay, yes, same. So far, if I just give you, let's say, if I just give you yansuru, you can derive tansuru, and you can also derive the tansuru. You can derive hiya and you can derive anta, just by remembering the huwa yansuru. Okay, same story. If I give you huma yansurani, you can derive antum. First you can derive huma, which is feminine. You can derive huma feminine. Then you can derive the antuma on both cases, masculine and feminine. Yes. Effectively, what you need to learn, remember so far, is yansuru and yansurani. Hua yansuru, huma yansurani, and you will already know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. Okay? You already know 7 of those. These are the ones you really need to remember. Okay? What you need to remember is, let me give them a color. So what you need to remember, let's say these green ones with green dots, this is what you really need to remember. Okay? If you remember Yansuru and Yansurani, you can derive all of the others. Okay? Then you also need to remember Yansuruna. Because if you remember Yansuruna, you can derive Tansuruna. You can derive Tansuruna. If you remember Hum Yansuruna, you can derive Antum Tansuruna. Okay? Antum Tansuruna. How are you driving this? Just like before. You're changing the ta and from the ya. Okay? The ya is, that's it. That's the relationship. Okay? So you need to, if you remember the first three, the top three, huwa, huma, hum. Okay? Yansuru, Yansurani, Yansuruna. You have already memorized quite a lot of the chart. You have already understood. You could produce the okay. Then coming to hunna. Okay. You should also remember hunna. You should also remember hunna, which is yansurna. Okay. If you know yansurna, you can derive. Let's take a different color this time. Let's say it's fluorescent. Okay. You can derive tansurna. How can you derive tansurna? Just like before. Ya is replaced with a ta. Ya is replaced with a ta. From hunna, you can derive antunna. Okay? It's the same. You just need to change the beginning. Okay? Now let me go to the ana and nahnu. I do not think you need to memorize them because you can derive them. You can derive them from tansuru. You can derive them from tansuru just like you replace the ya with a ta. In this case, you will replace the ta or a ya with the letter which is the beginning of the pronoun's letter. Okay, letter the pronoun begins with. So what I mean to say is this is what you do. What you'll do effectively take the alif, hamza here, and start the fi'l with that. Okay, so if you know huwa yansuru, it's exactly the same other than the beginning. Just like you drove hiya tansuru or anta tansuru, you can also derive from huwa directly ansuru. Okay, how would you know what's the beginning of ana? The ana begins with a hamza. Okay, so you'll start the fi'l with a hamza as well. Okay, in the same case, you can also derive nahnu. Exactly the same story. Exactly the same story. What you need to do is replace the beginning with the beginning letter of the pronoun. It's the same. It's the same. Okay. So you don't really need to. You don't really need to remember them. You can derive them. You can derive them. You don't need to memorize them. You just need to remember this logic. So this chain coming from way up, going all the way down until you have found all the pronouns. This is one chain. Just by memorizing huwa yansuru, you can memorize all of these. You can easily derive them. Okay. However, the next one you need to memorize is tansurina. Okay. Tansurina. It's a ta beginning and ina ending. It's a different one. Yes, it's a different one. Okay. Just understand these logics. And another hint I'll give you, and that is its color. Okay, let's take the blue one. So the pronouns I'm going to create boundary around all of these pronouns. An easier way, all of these pronouns, they all begin with a ta. They all begin with a ta. Okay, they all begin with the ta. It means hiya, huma. The second person entirely begin with the ta. Anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antu. All begins with the ta. Okay. First person begins with the first letter of the noun. Okay. Tips in mind. If you just keep, if you establish this mapping in your mind, you should be able to derive all of this chart. All of this chart. If I tell you a pronoun, say I know just the huma version of yansuru, which is yansurani. Can you tell me the antuma? Then you know, oh, it's a second person. All of them begins with a ta, and it's exactly the same. So I just have to replace ya with a ta. So you'd say yansurani would be then tansurani. Okay. Is this making sense? Is this helping? Is this helping? Because I don't really want you to go and rote memorize this, but rather understand the logic behind it. So how logically take it forward and try to understand it, how this is constructed. Okay. So are you comfortable with it? Is it too much? Tell me if it is too much. Okay, great, excellent, good. Now when we do the practice, inshallah, it will become much more stronger in your concepts, inshallah. Okay, it will become much more stronger. Okay, so let's jump on to the practice. So now that we have done all of this, oh, before we go to the practice, let me go through this page very quickly. Very quickly. This page is nothing but the tips that I'm telling you in a bit more differently presented way. Okay, so it tells you the hua form starts with a ya and a u. It tells you the hua form starts with a ya and a u. Okay, ya and a u, and it tells you the huma form starts with a ya or u. Okay, and it has an ani ending. It has an ani ending. And then home form starts with a ya or u, and it has una ending. Okay. Hunna form starts with ya and u again, and it has na ending, the hunna ending, right? Yansurna. And I told you these are the ones that all starts with a ya. The first four, hua, huma, hum, and hunna. They all start with a ya, and ya could be ya or u. It will not be kasra. It will not be kasra. Okay. It will be kasra. Then the next one is the hiya or anta starts with a ta and tu. Okay. Huma and antuma. In both cases, masculine and feminine, antuma, I mean, starts with ta and tu and ani ending. Okay. Ani ending. And antum starts with ta and tu and antum and una ending, just like yansuruna. Okay. Then we had anti, which was different. It started with ta and tu, ta or tu. It started with ta, but it ends with ina ending, like muslimina. Okay. And antuma was hunna, yansurna. Therefore, antuna is tansurna, starting with a ta. And we said all of the second person start with a ta. So you can see this here. Okay? You can see all of this here. All of the second person is starting with a ta. Okay? And ana, we said it starts with the first letter of the and ends in a normal u ending. Okay, it ends in an u ending. Okay, and nahnu starts with the normal um, letter of the pronoun, which is noon, na or nu, and ends with an u ending. Okay, and there are some examples constructed also with a different fail. For example, ya'lamu. Ya'lamu would be huwa. Ya'lamu, he teaches, and so on. You can review them in your time. Okay, these are just the tips. Present tense, these letters, ya, ta, hamza, and noon. Many people just my teacher used to, in fact, give us a word, like if you just to remember, and then you take noon, then you take ya, and then you take ta. Anita. Anita is usually a name as well. Yeah, Anita is usually a name as well, just to help you remember. So Anita, present tense start with Anita basically. So one of these letters. Okay, one of these letters. And the haraka could be it will not be a kasra. All right. Okay, so let's go to the exercise. So what we need to do is, first we need to identify what is the pronoun hidden inside this. What is the pronoun inside? And then let's try to translate this as well. Okay, the translation is given, the meaning is given. So let's try to translate this as well. I'm looking at tazkuruna. So what I'm looking at how it starts and how it ends. I'm looking at the starting and the ending both. I'm looking at the ta, and I'm also looking at the una here. Do you know which pronoun is hidden inside? Which is the file? What is the file? The doer, the inside doer. Can you tell me? Ta beginning and una ending. Can you map it in your mind? Tansuruna, correct. Tansuruna. So what is the pronoun? So what is the pronoun? Antum. Exactly. So it's antum. Antum. Okay. Now we know it's antum. And the meaning is to remember. To remember. How should I translate this? Una tells me it's antum, and ta tells me it's the second person. Una tells me it's antum, and ta tells me it's the second person. Okay? Second person. Right? So what I'm saying, when it's second person, you have to say you, right? You. Okay? And the meaning is to remember. You would say you remember. Okay? You remember. Okay? I don't expect you to translate the full Arabic, just the fail. Just the fail. Yes? You remember, or even you will remember, because it could equally be used for future as well. Okay? Equally be used for future as well. You remember. Taskuruna. Okay? You know zikr. You know the word zikr that we do normally. Normally after the salah. Zikr is to remember basically. Okay? Yaskuru is he remembers. Taskuruna, you remember. Or you all remember. Or you all will remember. Okay? Yazlimuna, help me out with this. Help me out with this. I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. It's a ya beginning and una ending. The ya beginning and una ending. The ending is going to tell me the hidden pronoun, the inside file, the inside door, and the beginning will give me a hint on person is it. Okay, just think about it. Think about it. It's a ya beginning and una ending, and we know in the table we did there are just four fi'ils that are ya beginning in the top line and this one in the second line. Yes, there were just four that began with the ya. Okay? You want to rethink that, Imran? Is it huma? Is it huma? It's so. Do you think the ending is a pair or a plural? It's yes. Yansuruna. Yansuruna. The ending is plural. Yes, it's hum. It's hum. Correct. Huma would be yazlimani. Huma would be yazlimani because it has the ani ending, right? So if it means to wrong or to do wrong or to do injustice, how would you translate this? How would you translate this? Whom is they, right? Whom is they? They, and if yazlumuna means to do wrong, then you say they do wrong or they do injustice. Okay, they do wrong or they do injustice. Okay, excellent, excellent. Let's take a look at the other one. Tamutuna. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. The ending is telling me the hidden pronoun, and the beginning is telling me the person. Second person, first person, third person. Okay? Second person, first person, third person. Suruna. Suruna. So try giving out the pronoun. The mapping to the Nasara chart is great, but try finding the pronoun. Okay, so I know it's antum. It's antum. Okay, it maps to Tansuruna and it's antum. Correct. So it means to live and to die. Tamutuna. Okay, to live and to die. Okay, so if you have to translate this, how would you translate this? So antum, yes, you live and to die. How would I translate this? What would be the logical translation in English? What would the logical translation? The best one I can think of is you will live and die, or you live and die. You can just remove this as well, will as well. Yeah. And you already know fiha, isn't it? Don't you know fiha? Don't you know fiha? It's a jar majroor. Fi means in. Ha is attached pronoun of hiya, isn't it? Attached pronoun of hiya. This means in it, in it, in it. And va is the connector meaning and. Exactly. So if you translate the overall, you say, and in it you live and die, or you will live and die if Allah is talking about the future in the heaven or hell, for example. Okay? In it, and in it you will live and die, or depending upon in it. Yeah. If Allah is talking about this world, then it's probably you live and die. If Allah is talking about the heaven or hell, for example, it will be you will live and die. Okay? Context is going to tell us. Excellent. Atawakka'u. Atawakka'u. What do you think? I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. I'm looking at the beginning and I'm looking at the ending. What pronoun? What is the file? What is the file? There is only one with the hams. Ansuru, yes. Ansuru, and it's ana. Correct. It's ana. It's ana. Okay. To lean. Okay? To lean. It means I lean. I lean. Yes? I lean. Alayhi jar majroor again. Alayhi could be upon, for example, on or upon. So you could say upon it, upon or on it. I lean upon it or lean on it. Yeah, whatever the context. Okay. Fatakulu. Fatakulu. Okay. Number 5. Fatakulu. It's confused. I'm confused. It starts with a fa. What should I do? Is there a catch here? Is there a catch here? If you look closely, fa is a connector, meaning then or so. Okay? Then or so. And if you keep that connector aside, then you are left with taqulu. Taqulu. Then it's a ta beginning and u ending. Ta beginning and u ending. So what pronoun can I have inside it? What is the file that I can find? And u ending. If I remember hua, I had yansuru, isn't it? From yansuru, I drove here, which was tansuru. And from here, I drove anta, which was again tansuru. Right? Both here and anta started with a ta and end in a u sound. So this could either be a here, or anta. Correct. So either be a here or anta, and context is going to tell us. To say, we can say she says, oops, says, or you say, both would be fine here. You say. Okay? She says or you say. Okay? Depending upon the context. Yatazak Yatazakkaru. Ya beginning, ya beginning, u ending. Ya beginning and u ending, which is hua, right? It's a ya beginning and u ending, which is hua. To take a reminder. To take a reminder. If it is hua, you would say he takes. Okay? A reminder. Okay? Good. So what I'll do is I'll leave these ones for you. I'll leave you to do it in your time yourself, inshallah. And let me jump on to the next exercise, which is more about attaching pronouns to this. Attaching pronouns to this, just like we attached the pronouns to the past tense. There's no difference. So you need to do the same thing, where you need to identify the pronouns, the inside pronoun and then the attached pronoun, and then translate based on the meanings given. Okay, this will help you apply the same process we applied to the past tense. For example, ya'tiyani, ya'tiyaniha, ya'tiyaniha. Now I'm looking at a ya beginning, and I'm looking at an ani ending. Okay, ani ending. Okay, and then there's an attached pronoun which is ha. Okay, ya beginning and ani ending. What does it tell me? What is the fa'il in this case? Huwa, huma, hum, right? So it's a ani ending. It's not una ending. Therefore, it is huma, isn't it? It's a pair. It's a pair. Hum. And if it means to bring, and then there's an attached pronoun. If you remember the process of translating, once you have identified, first you separate the two fails. First you separate the I'm going to separate the two. Then I go and independently translate the fail. For translating the fail ya'tiyani, I have identified the file, which is huwa, and I would say they both bring. They both bring. And then I pick up the attached pronoun and I translate it. Okay? So attached pronoun ha could either mean her or it, depending upon the context, right? And then I bring it all together. They both bring it, or they both bring her. Okay? Let's pick up another one. Let's pick up number 20. Obey. Sanuti'ukum. Okay? Now, this may confuse you because it's neither starting with a ya, ta, hamza, noon, all of the beginnings that we have learned. It's not starting with it. It's not starting with one of the connectors I know, like wow or a fa, right? It's starting with the scene, which is completely different, right? So this may confuse you. So that's why I came here. In the case of present tense, you can attach a scene in the beginning to forcefully push the meaning in the future tense. Okay? If there is a scene attached in front of a present tense, then the meaning is forcefully pushed into future. Okay? So this scene is basically to push the meaning explicitly into the future. The fail starts with the noon. The fail starts with here. Noon beginning and o ending. Noon beginning and o ending. Okay? Sanuti'u. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to separate the words. I'm going to separate the seen, the fail, and the kum, which is the attached pronoun. And I'll translate the fail only. Nuti'u means to obey. So nuti'u would mean we obey. We obey. Okay? You, kum is you. Okay? Correct. Yes, Imran. Nahnu inside doer. Yes, and now I need to bring them together with a scene in mind. With a scene in mind. So I would not say we obey you. I would say we will obey you. Okay? Obey you. This will is coming because of this scene. It's forcefully pushing the meaning into the future. Okay? It's forcefully pushing the meaning into the future. Correct. Good. Uh, let's pick up. Uh, let's pick up number 25. Let's pick up number 25. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Unabbi'ukum. Unabbi'ukum. First, separate the words, the two words. Oops, sorry, I dropped my pen. So first, separate the word, the two words, yes, and first pick up the file and try to understand what is the file. What is the file in this file? And the way you understand the file is to map this in the chart in your mind. Okay, that's how the chart was constructed. Look at the beginning. Look at the beginning, ending. Okay, and it's Hamza beginning. And there's only one fi'l that begins with a Hamza, okay, which is ana, isn't it? Ansuru. It begins with Hamza, ana, and it ends with u. So it's ana, right? So, and you translate this. If this fi'l means to inform, you would say I inform. Then you pick up the pronoun, attached pronoun, and you attach it to it. You, I inform you. Okay? Good. Yes, and depending, say I will inform you. I inform you or I will inform you, both are fine here. But when you read this in the context of the ayah, then you would probably know better if it is I will inform you or I inform you. Okay? Whatever is making sense there. Okay? Good. I will leave this exercise for you all to do in your time. Practice this. I don't want to solve all of these for you. Otherwise, you will not get a chance to practice too much. Do as much as you can, inshallah. And if there are problems, we'll discuss them tomorrow in the class. Bring them in the class. It's fine. Before we close, we just have a few minutes. I just want to give you a quick insight into the inside and outside door, the concept that we did in the past tense. We said a past tense can have an outside door if it has a hidden pronoun hiya or huwa, right? That is exactly the same that is applied to present tense. And this exercise is effectively a mix. It's a mix. Okay? And so this is exactly the same concept applies to present tense. There's no difference. If a present tense is in huwa or hiya form only, huwa or hiya form only, and you have an ism after it, which is in rafa, that is the outside door. That is the outside file. Okay, just like the past tense. So I asked you last time to just focus on the ones I highlighted, and we left the other ones because I wanted to let you do the present tense first and then pick up on them. Okay. For example, let me pick up one here. Let me pick up one here. Number 9. Let's pick up number 9 here. Number 9. Now you should be able to do this. Okay. You should be able to do this. What you're looking at is a present tense fail because you're looking at the beginning and you're also looking at the ending. It's a ya beginning and u ending. Yeah, it's a ya beginning and u ending. Based on that, you can derive which one is it. It's like yansuru, hua, and you find hua. You can either say hua is the pronoun, but because it's hua, you need to go forward and look for an ism if there is one. Okay, and when you jump out here, you find there is an ism Allahu, lafzul jalala, which is actually rafa. So this lafzul jalala is actually the outside doer. Okay, just like the past tense case. Just like the past tense case. Okay. Let me do another one for you, which is number 8. You will get confused with this one. The reason is this is I don't think this should be in this exercise because this is based on one of the topics that you have not done here. They have, I think, wrongly put it here. Yudrik, yudrikkum. This is basically a sukoon here. There is a sukoon here. Okay, sukoon here, but originally it was a dhamma. Originally it was a dhamma. Why it is a sukoon, we'll do it later on. Okay, we're not touching it that. Assume there is a dhamma here for now, and then try to solve it. Because in this one, the haraka is not given, which will confuse you. You will keep on asking yourself, how is it ending? It starts with end. Okay, and I know the kum is attached pronoun. Right? So I'm telling you, originally, it is a dhamma, but from the ayah they have taken it. That ayah has a sukoon in it, and that sukoon has a reason which I don't want to go in right now. Okay, um, we'll do it later on. It's You would find it's a ya beginning and u ending, which is hua. And when you find hua, you will go forward and you'll find another word, an ism, in the rafa state. Al-mawthu. Al-mawthu. So this is going to be your file. Outside doer. This is going to be your file. It will override the internal hua. And it's a long distance relationship here, right? It's a long distance relationship. Yeah? Okay. So now you should be able to finish this exercise. And I forgot to give you let's do number 13 once before we let's see if we get it right in the first attempt. Tadna, what do you think it is? Is it a present tense or a past tense? Is this a present tense or a past tense? Tadna. What I can do is when I look at it, immediately I can discover this is a hamza in the beginning, and immediately I can conclude, oh, it's present tense. But when I go forward, I know al hamza beginning must be ending in an u sound, isn't it? Must be ending in an u sound, like ansuru, ansuru. When I go here, I will not find that ending. I will not find that ending. Have I? Is there an u ending here? There's no u ending. Okay, so this hamza is there, I understand, but for the present tense, we look at the beginning and the endings. I cannot the present tense put it just because I found a hamza in the beginning. I would wait and I would go and look at the ending. And when I look at the ending is na, na. And in the present tense, there is no fa'il that I know that ends with the na. Yes, it's past nasarna. Correct. Fantastic. Very good. It's a past tense, nasarna. Yes? And I forgot number 13. Everything happens for a reason, alhamdulillah, because Allah wanted us to discuss this concept. Yeah. So that's how when you look at something which looks present tense in the beginning, just analyze it a bit more, okay, before you conclude if it is a present tense or a past tense. Okay. You could equally have past tense starting with the letters, present tense is starting. But for present tense, beginning and ending both are important. For past tense, it's just the ending. Okay. Let's try this one. Ahata. Ahata bihum suradiquha. Question: is it a present tense or a past tense? Ahata, is it a present tense or a past tense? What does it look like? It has the beginning that exists in the present tense. Yeah. So it makes me think if it is really a present tense or a past tense. Yeah, it's a past tense. Which pronoun? Nasara. It's a nasara. Correct. It's huwa. And I found huwa. Fantastic. Good. Now we're getting there. Right? Because the ending is not matching. There's no ending. The ending is not matching here with the present tense, right? So I cannot conclude it's a present tense. It's huwa, but it's past tense. And I go forward. Be him is not something which is rafa, but I find this one. I find this one. Suradiku. Suraf with the attached pronoun. Rafa with an attached pronoun. So I will pick whole of this, and I'm going to call it an outside door. This is the file. Okay, this is the file because this is in Rafa state. The ism is in Rafa state. Okay. Good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Good. So I'll let you complete this exercise. When you all these exercises, but you just try to spend your time with them, practice them, and this practice is a key, inshallah. And when you do this practice, it will really help you get hold of this concept of past tense and present tense. Okay. When you come in the next class, inshallah, try to do as much as you can of these exercises. And if there's any problem, as always, I'll do my best to answer that, inshallah. Okay, so I would close the class now. I wish you all the very best, inshallah, for the remaining day. And inshallah, I'll see you tomorrow, fresh and shiny, with some new learnings, inshallah, that we'll do tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and sorry for the trouble in the beginning. So I'll try to cut that out from the video. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.